Hi everyone, I'm going to be working on the quiz access chapter 7, problems 10 and 11. So for number 10, we are going to be using the aging of receivables method to estimate the percent of uncollectible receivables. So the way that this works is we have this little graph of days past due, starting with 0 days past due, 1 to 30, 31 to 60, and each category is given its own percent to help you estimate the uncollectible. So the first thing that we're going to do is come down to this little table, and we're going to put the number of accounts receivable on this side for each category, and then the percent that will be multiplied by this number to find the amount of money that will be uncollectible. So for not due, we'll use this zero number, 402,000. And the percent uncollectible is 1%. The next one is 96,000. 2% uncollectible, 42,000. At 5%, 24,000. At 7%, and 36,000 at 10%. And then, so multiply those numbers together, and it came out to these totals, which added up to make the estimated balance of allowance for uncollectibles $13,320. And then you want to put in here that it's a credit, because this account for allowance for uncollectibles is a contra asset account, so it has a normal credit balance. So then up here, I'm just going to put this answer right here, 13,320 credit. And that will help us with our next parts. So for these ones, we are doing adjusting entries, assuming that they have this credit already. And so here I wrote here, after the adjusting entry is posted, we want the allowance for doubtful accounts to show a 13,320 credit balance. So if we're assuming that we already have a $4,200 credit balance and we need to get it up to 13,320, then we need to add something. We need to credit it more. So to figure out the amount that we need to credit it, we'll take this minus this, and you get 99,120. So then if you credit that on top of that, then you get that amount of credits. So we debit the bad debts expense and we credit the allowance for doubtful accounts. And that is how we do the adjusting entries for bad debts expense. All right, we're going to do it again, but we're going to assume that it has a $700 debit balance. So to get a $700 debit balance up to 13,320 credit, then we need a credit for the 700 plus this amount. So this equals this plus this. We get 14. And just like last time, we debit the bad debts expense and we credit the allowance for doubtful accounts. So that is how we do number 10. All right, and now we go on to number 11. And this time we're using percent of receivables method. So the way that we do that is that we take, here it says, assuming the company uses a 6% of total accounts receivable. So the total amount of accounts receivable is 600,000. Says it right there. And we want 6%. We put 6% there. To get the amount, we need to multiply those numbers together, and we get 36,000 is the estimated balance of allowance for uncollectibles. And once again, it's a credit. So we'll go ahead and put this number there. 36,000. And then again, after the adjustment entry is posted, we want the allowance for doubtful accounts to show a $36,000 credit balance. So let's go to the next one. All right, record estimated bad debts, assuming that allowance for doubtful accounts has a $12,600 credit balance. So 12,600. To get it up to 36,000, we need to add a certain amount. So to figure that out, we subtract these two numbers, and we get that if we credit this much more, then it'll be that credit. So 23400, 23400, bad debts expense and allowance. Going on to the next one, a $1,600 debit balance. All right, so to get to a $36,000 credit, then we need to credit 16,000 plus this 36,000. Just that number. And we always debit the bad debts expense and credit the allowance for doubtful accounts. And then we can check our work. Nice. So that is how you do that. If you have any questions, please let me know. Thank you.